so hard to try to play defense with the heightened mismatch out there that's on the perimeter, and they gave up the three-pointer.
Crawford, no one around him. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. You take a look at Redick, second in the NBA, so great from the line. And, of course, Jamal Crawford.
Well, we've gotten used to seeing a lot of terrific free throw shooters from the two-guard spot, but even so, it shouldn't take away from what these players have been able to do up there.
Yeah, that's right, because all they have done up there is convert their chances. That's it, plain and simple. These are the steadiest hands you're going to find, not just at their position, but in the league overall.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, the Clippers' backcourt of Chris Paul and J.J. Redick, a great combo. But the two were bitter rivals playing in the ACC, even exchanging blows back in 2004. Redick said, "I knew he didn't like me, and I didn't like him either." Paul said it was their competitive natures that led them to clash. But guys, as teammates, they've become good friends.
Yeah, sometimes the players you hate to face make the best teammates. Thanks, Doris.
And with the Clippers, I think a big part of how they can grind out a win if need be is that they know how to get to the free throw line.
Rejected by Millsap. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. So for the Hawks, Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Damari Carroll. Ken Bazemore comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Schroeder in for Jeff Teague. And then for Los Angeles, Glenn Davis is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Turkoglu comes in for Dante Jones. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul.
Well, one way or another, the Clippers, as you said, they'll find ways to score points, even if it means selling a call or two. But you do what you need to do to get wins, and most players are open to that.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles, and for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the second season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in L.A.
Davis setting the pick for Crawford. 6 to shoot. And oh, he just jams it right over Paul Millsap. What a play.
Hang time on that rim, puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
it's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert for Clark.
That's his first personal foul.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And stolen by Horford.
He was on that pass in the flash, read it, reacted, and then picked it off.
Atlanta again missing.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in L.A., folks, only 6 times they finished the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in L.A. land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the past 10 games. The Clippers, number 1.
Now, the thing I like is they're getting good shots every time down the floor, and it's due to their unselfishness as a team.
And he makes the first. And Los Angeles with some changes. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Davis. Barnes comes in for Hito Turkoglu. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford.
Well, Griffin, a former dunk contest champion, but make no mistake, Blake is a game dunker, always among the league leaders. And at his size, with that strength, the way he gets off the floor is just unbelievable.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Griffin. 8th in scoring, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, he's done a nice job of creating good looks for himself.
And you don't become a top 10 scorer, Steve, without a variety of offensive moves and a whole bunch of tricks in your bag. So he makes for wonderful highlights the way he can score.
You know, Blake Griffin gets up so high, he's created some debate, in fact, on the definition of a dunk. So I'll ask, does your hand have to touch the rim?
You know, I think you don't necessarily have to have your hand touch the rim, Kevin, but you do have to throw it through the goal. None of this raggedy type dunk stuff.
Got to control it.
You got to, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
The Los Angeles, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. And the Hawks making a change here. Max checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Davis is checked in for Griffin. Turkoglu comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. Cephalosha's shot is good. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Rivers. The layup missed. Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And there's the pass to Cephalosha for the lead. That's short off the rim. Here's Rivers. Right now averaging 7 points a game. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's Mack. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Clippers on top, up by 1. 2K Sports, back in a moment here. The Hawks trailing, and on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. CP3 at point with Redick there at the backcourt. Griffin at the 4 with Hawes at the 5, and it's Turkoglu in at the 3 spot. That puts them in the lead. Korver's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hawks. Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
And I think that total could rise, Clark, because 2 evenly matched teams are playing a tough game.
Again, the Hawks score.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Paul dishes to Turkoglu. For 3. Paul can't get it to go.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Here's Redick. Another shot. That shot's good from Hawes. And the Clippers lead by 1.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
The 7-1 Spencer Hawes, a finesse big man, great skill level. 4th among centers last season in assists. 1st among centers in three-pointers made.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Shelvin Mack. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
Thank you, Doris. Shot clock at 3, and he gets it to go. And Hawes, not just an offensive player, he can rebound and block shots as well.
Yeah, but he's not really a banger, not really a physical big guy, but he brings some nice assets to the table. He can shoot it, doesn't look for contact, but you don't expect that from him.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Jordan comes in for Spencer Hawes. And it's Barnes in for Turkoglu. LA's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Oh, that's blocked. Here is Korver, guarded by Jordan. Got that one up quick. Korver's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
Yeah, in fact, that's the shot they've used from that range, Clark, to get 8 of their last 10 points.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Teague with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Teague gets to Korver. Goes up on the wing. Bullseye! Korver's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
Great second half. I mean, he came out of that locker room ready to play.
Paul passes to Redick. Back to Paul. This one for 3. And he gets the bucket. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Knocks it loose. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Los Angeles.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Teague kicks to Carroll. Dishes at the Millsap. Hawks passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Korver. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Defense starting to falter. I think we're seeing some tired legs there, Clark.
And here is Paul. There's a minute left in the 4th quarter of this one. Poked away! Passes it to Redick. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Korver. Recovered. Millsap dishes to Teague. 6 to shoot. Tries again. It's good.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. A different look for the Clippers. Dante Jones, he's checking for Barnes. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Ball again. It's Teague. Paul outside. Crawford outside. Jordan trying to free himself up. Good! Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 1. 5 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what's your take?
It's game time now, Kevin. Down 1. They've got enough time to make a couple of passes here to find the open man, but they've got to bury the shot to win the game.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.